And why am I having this conversation now? Everybody is saying, well, they've already opened up. It's been opened up to the next stage. We here at Mirror Now kept demanding for a month that the government needs to start vaccinating, come up with a plan and tell us when they will vaccinate those above the age of 60 or those with comorbidities, and that's happening now. So what are we talking about? Well, we are now talking about the fact that the vaccine makers are saying they have enough doses and they have enough capacity. In Delhi High Court today, the vaccine makers assured the court that there is sufficient stock which is available for the vaccine. And this was when questions were raised by the court on how many doses that do we have enough. Now, the court is asking, why is the capacity not being utilized? This is a court which is now asking this question. If you have the enough stock, India is selling vaccines to the other nations. India is donating doses, but not looking into its own needs. This is the court that has said it. The court has also observed that there has to be a sense of urgency about this matter. So while the vaccine makers have been asked to give details of their production facility, their capacity, how much are they producing, what is already made and is in storage, even certain other questions have been asked of the government on what is the plan. That's one aspect where the vaccine makers are saying we have the vaccine. Let me tell you another aspect. There are doses now lying with the states and are not being used. Case in point is the state of Karnataka. In the state of Karnataka, viewers, between Covishield and Covaxin, of the number of doses that were given to the state, only 33% of Covishield have been used and just 3% of Covaxin. Obviously, this goes on to show you that there is a larger amount of hesitancy for Covaxin, or there was. Hopefully, with trial 3 data, this hesitancy will go away. But the fact is that there are 3.5 lakh doses that were given just to the state of Karnataka, and only 3% of those have been used. And these vaccines will expire, these doses will expire by the month of May. So between now and May, Karnataka has to find lakhs of people to whom the first dose of Covaxin can be given. Bharat Biotech and Serum Institute are saying, we are ready, we have doses, they're exporting it, they're giving it as grants, they're selling it commercially, they still have excess stock for our country. Our hospitals are saying we are ready. Private hospital, one after the other that we speak to is saying we are ready, bring it on. We are ready to vaccinate, our infrastructure is ready, give us the vaccines and we will give it to the people. Then do we need to step it up from here on as well? Or is the slow pace only because there is a system that needs to track everything centrally, which is where the load is and the confusion lies? Let's ask our experts. Dr. Rajesh Kumar, Executive Director for State Health Systems Resource Centre in the Department of Health and Family Welfare for Government of Punjab. Dr. N.K. Arora, Executive Director for England and Chairman of the COVID-19 Working Group, joins us this evening. Dr. Anish T.S., Associate Professor of Community Medicine, the Government Medical Colleges in Tirunavantanapuram. He is the member of the expert panel for COVID-19 to the Government of Kerala, and Dr. Anup Amarnath, Chairman for the Geriatric Medicine Manipal Hospital. He is also a member of the Critical Care Support Unit for Government of Karnataka. So thank you to all of us. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Let me actually start off with Dr. Anup. Dr. Anup, is this a case? From the outside, it looks like a case where the vaccine makers are ready with the doses, where the vaccine centers and the hospitals are ready to give the doses, but somewhere in the chain, we are slowing down.
No, I think ensuring that the logistics of the vaccine being in the centers where it's been inoculated and the people coming on to the centers. So I think it's more of a logistics issue. It's been going on for the last 2-3 days. It would definitely settle down. But I think the biggest advantage which is there is now the Covaxin data is also there in the public domain with 81% efficacy. So I think this combined with the fact that the availability of vaccine is there and a lot of streamlining has happened in terms of walk-in plus those who register on the CoWIN app. I think a combination of these through 2-3 things should kind of increase the acceptability and the vaccination, the amount of people who are vaccinated. So it's just a matter of time before all these things settle down.
Yeah, actually, because you raised that point, and we saw that data, only 3% of the over 3 lakh Covaxin doses have been used so far. Now, there is a concern because these doses expire, I believe, in the month of May. But do you think now we will be able to use them in the next few weeks very quickly?
Absolutely, because as of now, the people who walk into hospitals and the inoculation centers, they may not have a choice of what to use because certain centers have been given only certain vaccines. But I think in due course, the option of choice would also come into the picture. And then, when these vaccines come onto the centers, I think the acceptability should be there. So, as I said earlier on, it's a matter of time. In fact, one of the discussions which we had, there were 3 points which I made. The increase in the vaccine acceptability will come with A, data, 2, access, and 3, choice. So now that all these 3 are there, the acceptability should increase and the frequency with which we inoculate people should also increase. There are certain reports which we are saying that the vaccine availability should be there, not just in certain time frames, but throughout at hospitals and other centers. I think all these would definitely increase the vaccine acceptability.
Yes, in fact, let me ask this question to Dr. Rajesh Kumar. Dr. Rajesh Kumar, now the central government says that vaccination can be done at any time. There are no fixed timings. That in round 2, they have actually done away with the 9 to 5 restriction, and it's really up to the states or the local administration or the hospitals to extend it further. Is that a possibility? We haven't seen anybody do it yet.
Yes, I think this is a possibility. This information is yet to reach the states and to various hospitals. But there is a possibility that timings can be made flexible so that more people can get vaccinations. But right now, this is from the 9 to 5. But the private sector as well as government sector can change according to the requirement. So this will be considered very favorably by the states.
Yes, but what is interesting is, and we did check with a couple of states, the states have turned around and told us that, well, we've not got the official information from the center. The center seems to suggest that this is the system from day one. From day one, they don't have the 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. thing. In many of the states and cities, our ground reports show that the hospitals are only starting by 12 o'clock and then wrapping up, registration by 3 and finishing the vaccination by 5 or 6. Is there a need, and that's the question essentially what I'm asking you, is there a need to push this harder by the states now? The center has made the plan. Shouldn't it be up to the states, Dr. Rajesh, to push it harder?
Yes, I think the states, they have flexibility. Right now, when the vaccination started for the healthcare workers, because they are in the institutions, so the timings was kept from 9 to 5, and similarly for the frontline workers. But now, since it is opened for the general public, and some of them may find it inconvenient to come within these office timings. So I think as the time goes by, I think if there is more rush or if there is more need in certain centers to prepone start it before 9 or continue after 5 o'clock, states will definitely consider this. Priority is to vaccinate largest number of people in the shortest possible time.
Okay, so let me take this across to Dr. Arora. Good evening to you, Dr. Arora. Good to have you with us. The sense that we got, and in fact, in one of the legal court hearings, the court also seems to be asking this, that if you have enough medicine doses available, why aren't we stepping it up, the pace of the vaccination? What is your own sense now? Should the state governments go harder, bring in more private hospitals? Why are we still acting in a restrained manner when it comes to giving doses to the hospitals?
Thank you, Tanvi. See, there are a couple of points. Dr. Rajesh Kumar has also made those points. The key issue is that vaccine is available. And obviously, you would not like to lose the vaccines. and see that they are expired. You are absolutely, and that is why we are sharing it with the COVAX facility and the other countries. The key question is that countries' own capacity, how much at what rate we can give it. We started with 3,000 centers. We have learned now at 6 weeks, as I understand, yesterday there were 19,000 and today probably 20,000. I think the key component to follow the principle which Rajesh was saying, largest number at the shortest period, that we need to expand the number of immunization centers. The private sector also has a limit, and most of the private sector is limited to urban areas. We need to go to the rural areas. So now is the time that the health system at state level start having immunization centers wherever they were holding the pediatric immunization. And as we have discussed before also, India has the capacity for anywhere between 50,000 to 100,000 immunization centers from the health system, government system. And from the government at the moment, we have just 10,000 or 15,000 sites. So time is now that states scale up the number of immunization sites, particularly in rural and remote areas, so that the vaccination speed can be increased. Even if there is the working round the clock in urban areas is still not going to solve the problem. The issue is number of sites. So the greater the number, so if I, for example, if I have 50,000 sites and I'm immunizing 100 per site in a day, I complete 5 million individuals every day, which is not a small number. So the strategy required now, and I hope it will be done rapidly, so that we have around 50 to 70,000 immunization centers for rapid immunization at the shortest period. Over.
Well, that's a very, very valid point that you've raised, Dr. Arora, and a path that you are highlighting here that I believe that the states definitely need to take from here on. We've also actually getting viewers who are writing in right now, because a lot of them, and these are obviously more of them in cities, who are saying that vaccine dates are not available. I can see that there is a lot of interest. People want to get registered, but because a lot of the private hospitals are yet to come on board, are yet to get activated, they are not showing the dates availability. And that's something I want to tell the viewers, that in the next couple of days, it will get ironed out, and we will hopefully add more and more centers. In fact, let me take that point across to Dr. Anish. And Dr. Anish, what is the plan in Kerala? How are we going to quickly put it out with more and more centers with sufficient amount of doses available?
Well, definitely that is the plan that we are working on. If you are looking at this particular issue, the issue is, one thing is the demand side. It is actually very high demand for vaccine. We are trying to vaccinate maybe 10 to 15% of people in our country. And people are actually very enthusiastically coming forward to vaccine, and there is a scope for science to evolve. That people think that science is the answer for their problem. So the demand side is perfect, and we have got enough vaccination doses also now. For the time being, that we do not know what is going to happen in future, but for the time being, we have got vaccine. The only problem is the delivery. So that you have to strengthen the delivery system. That is the only way out. But now the ball is in the court of states, no doubt about that. In Kerala, that we are actually doing, we are trying to make all cold chain points as a vaccination center. That is the one strategy that we adopt in Kerala. And it is on the way. And second one is, we are creating vaccination points in most of the government offices, taluk hospitals, collectorates. And again, another thing that we are actually trying to do is we are using some indoor stadiums, because Kerala is going to face the elections. So we have to vaccinate all the workers who are going to be used as election officers. So we are using indoor stadiums. For example, Jimmy George Stadium in Trivandrum, we are trying to use it, and we are running simultaneously 10 vaccination sites in that particular stadium to vaccinate all these people. So we are trying to push up push it up the vaccination strategy that we have. And another thing is we have to look at the epidemiology of this particular disease. We have to include some more other categories, just like school teachers and people actually involved in small shops. All these things, all these people are also should be considered as something like a frontline worker because they are also prone for infection. And we should have increase our vaccination. Actually, it is very good that we are vaccinating our old age people and people suffering from chronic illness. But definitely we have to improve or we have to expand the coverage of vaccination maybe within a couple of weeks.
Okay, I want to dwell a little bit more on the logistic and the part and the storage part, the part between the vaccine maker and the vaccine center where the beneficiary is waiting for the vaccine. And Dr. Rajesh, how quickly can we ramp it up there? We went to a few centers, and I'm now giving an example of NCR itself. So while in Delhi, we saw that most of the centers were active. They had sufficient number of doses. They had quite a few people coming in, overcrowding in some cases. In Noida, we found centers who told us they don't have enough doses yet. So the doses don't seem to have reached all the places in those sufficient amounts. What is your own sense? How fast can we ramp that up?
Yeah, I think doses are there in the vaccine centers, but the point is to activate all the immunization centers. Right now, all the immunization centers in the government sector, they are already activated. And many of the centers in the private sector are also activated. But now in the process of expanding, more and more private sector hospitals, they are coming into this system. So we have to see at the same time that we need very rapid expansion, but safety, quality, and adherence to protocol is also required because the government sector already had the capacity for storage, and the private sector hospitals which were not into immunization in a very big way. Now the logistics for those centers which are very new has been worked out, and vaccine is being sent to those centers. And in coming days, more centers will be working in the private sector. And as you were discussing, in the rural areas, we need more. So all the rural hospitals like sub-divisional hospitals, community health centers, these have been activated. They are providing. And if need be, further expansion to the primary health center will also take place in future.
Actually, because you raised that point, I wanted to, ask Dr. Arora that question as well. The primary healthcare centers, Dr. Arora, how can we include them and involve them? Will we be able to use that infrastructure system? Because in a lot of places, PHCs themselves are inactive or don't have proper staff.
So, actually, I'm on the road. I'm coming back from Bareilly. For last 2 days, I was in Bareilly. We have some activities going on. So I visited both private hospitals as well as the government system. So first of all, I find that at least what I saw during last 2 days, even in rural areas, there is no shortage of vaccine. So the supply system, because the COVID has the backbone of maintaining the supply system. So they know at every cold chain point what is the number of vaccines available, and they are ready to replenish it. The most important thing is to rapidly expand it. And now with the Covaxin also, the initial results coming up, issues about safety also taken care of. Now over 1.6 crore people have got the vaccine. Safety is, I think the system is confident as well as the community is confident. And we now need to rapidly expand to CSCs, PSCs, and maybe in a couple of weeks, even to the sub-centers, provided we have the system of managing anaphylaxis. And here I would say that our ANMs have been trained for anaphylaxis management, and they have already been tested. During measles and rubella, when 420 million children were immunized, less than 15 years, they managed the anaphylaxis very well in remote areas. And so our AEFI kit has an adrenaline which is required for managing these. So the whole issue now is that we go away from the district more into rural areas and other remote areas. In addition, whatever additional reinforcement of Tikakaran Kendras or immunization centers can be done in the rural area, that
Right.
obviously is being done. But supply system is all dependent on the number of immunization centers, and I think the system is capable of that.
All right, I am completely out of time, but it's been a very insightful conversation with all four of you joining us. And Dr. Arora, thank you so much. I know you're traveling, but you took the time to stop on the road and join us for this conversation. I really appreciate that. So there you go, viewers. Here are the experts who are telling you we have the doses. We obviously have people who are interested and are ready to queue up and get the vaccine. We have the infrastructure in terms of the medical staff. You have to rope in your private hospitals as much as you can, government centers, primary healthcare centers, all of that can be used. So we need more and more centers now. That's the key to speeding up the entire vaccination drive. If we limit the centers to just a few, the problem will always be of overcrowding in few cities, and in a few far-off places, people won't even get it. So the state governments now have to take the lead. The state governments have to take the charge. Centers done with the planning. Centers going to be allocating the doses, keeping an overall eye. But the states have to come up with ideas of how they can speed this up, involve more people, involve more locations, and get the vaccines out as fast as possible. Thank you so much for joining us on this conversation.